Hello family, welcome to the CSCC Young and Yielded Exam Preparation Toolkit. Now we all know that exam season may be a daunting time for so many students. However, don't worry, the CSCC Young and Yielded Student Wellness Program has prepared a couple of useful tips for you to use in this season. Use it as a toolkit, future reference, or even motivation. The Word of God reminds us in Colossians chapter 3 verse 23 to 24 that whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as though you're working for the Lord and not for human masters, since you know that you will receive an inheritance from the Lord as a reward. It is the Lord Christ that you are serving. It has been said that failing to plan is planning to fail, and an hour of planning can save you 10 hours of doing. The most important part of exam preparation comes with planning. Before you get into your next study session, ask yourselves these 6 questions. Do you know all your exam dates and times? Have you assessed your standing in each module? Are you up to date with all your work? Have you organized all your files and folders? Which module requires most of your effort? You definitely know which one it is. And have you adjusted your studying method to the mode of writing? Whether it is a physical exam or an online exam, these 2 modes of writing require different approaches. In your process of planning, ensure that you create a schedule for all your activities. This allows you to allocate enough time for each and every activity and relieves you of any last-minute pressure. Allocate enough time for each section well in advance before the exam. Develop an effective morning routine that you will stick to. The advantage of a routine is that it helps you to adjust your body to the demands of the day and enables you to be able to plan your day ahead, which leads to greater productivity. Set time for revision well in advance before the exam. This assists you to relieve the pressure of trying to cram any information you don't understand last minute. Another thing this helps you with is that it helps your brain to have enough time to process the more difficult chunks of work that you might be facing, and you will not be discouraged in the last moments when you do not understand something. Give enough time for the modules that challenge you. This might sound a bit repetitive. However, we tend to shy away from the difficult chunks of work because they leave us feeling overwhelmed and defeated. But if we tackle them first and give them enough time, we'll have more confidence when going into our exams. There's a variety of study techniques that we can use to enhance our studying experience. Flashcards. A flashcard is a card bearing information on both sides, which is intended to be used as an aid in memorization. Each flashcard bears a question on one side and an answer on the other. Flashcards are simple to make. Firstly, you write a keyword or a question on one side of the paper, and then on the other side of the paper, you write the description of the term or the answer to the question you asked. Use these flashcards to test yourself and your memory over time. This gives you enough time to think about the description of the term or the answer before you turn the paper around. The Feynman technique involves you explaining the work to yourself before you can explain it to others. It works because it requires you to internalize the material before communicating it to others. If you can't explain something simply, you don't understand it well enough. Feynman believed that one of the best ways to study is to think critically and learn deeply to grasp a deeper understanding of an idea. The Feynman technique is a 5-step process. Firstly, you need to study the work. Secondly, teach yourself the work or the content and explain it again to yourself. And if you get stuck while explaining it to yourself, take note of it. And then go back and fill in the gaps in your knowledge. Continue to refine your knowledge by simplifying it until you understand. Another tried and tested tool is a mnemonic. This is a tool that helps us remember certain facts or large amounts of information. This can come in the form of a song, an image, a sentence, or a word. If you're struggling to manage your time during your study sessions, the Pomodoro technique is an effective way to get things done within the required time. Firstly, you need to set out the work you need to do. Set a 25-minute timer and start studying without any distractions. If you get a distracting thought or a distracting feeling, just write it down on a piece of paper. Once that 25 minutes is over, take a 5-minute break. After 4 cycles, take a 30-minute break and then repeat. After all has been said and done, remember to get enough sleep. Schedule breaks and get exercise. This helps your body and your brain to function on maximum capacity. 1 Corinthians chapter 9 verse 24 says, Do you not know that in a race, all the runners run, but only one gets the prize? Run in such a way as to get the prize. As a friendly reminder, remember to stay connected on all our social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, and on YouTube. Calvary Servanthood wishes you all the best with your exams. Remember that our motto is that no one stands alone.